Welcome. My name is Evelyn Shih. I'm an assistant professor of Chinese here at CU Boulder, and I'm here to introduce the film The River by Tsai Ming-liang. Now, Tsai Ming-liang is a Malaysian director of ethnic Chinese descent that made his name in Taiwan as a part of the Taiwan New Wave. And this film is one of his earlier features made in 1997. You'll see in the film that he features his muse, Li Kangsheng, as he does in almost all of his cinema. And in this early work, Li Kangsheng is put in a lot of different social contexts. And if you've seen other Tsai Ming-liang films, including Goodbye Dragon Inn, you'll know that it's pretty rare, actually, to have this much talking in a Tsai Ming-liang film. If you've never seen Tsai Ming-liang before, you'll still think that the pacing of this film is rather slow. But this is actually a great amount of talking and social interaction for his films. The first thing that most people will notice about this film is that in the center of it, or let's say the climactic moment of it, is this really, really taboo and hard to watch incestual act, right? But I would actually propose that this is a very smart movie in the way that it thinks about environments and the interaction between humans and the environment. This is a little bit hard to see because the titular river really is only a figure in the beginning of the film. But what I would suggest is that the scene with the river, in which the main character, Li Kangsheng, pretends to be a corpse for the purpose of a feature film, that he is receiving contamination from a polluted river. And this contact between the environment and his human body is what animates his pathology for the rest of the film. And it's something that he can't get rid of until that taboo ancestral moment near the end of the film, when he temporarily finds relief after committing this act. And so in addition to this aspect of the environment passing on its contamination to the human body, you also see in the background this great portrait of Taipei's infrastructure. You see a great portrait of architecture and what it really looks like in Taiwan, and what the interior looks like. These are very painstakingly organized interiors that are set up to look haphazard, right? But in fact, they kind of are very representative of that particular moment in everyday life in Taiwan. So one theme that is not just in this film, but also in other films by Tsai Ming-liang, is this theme of apocalyptic rain that seems to destroy buildings and make holes and, kind of flow through the contained life that humans are trying to lead. And I would like to also point out that in this film, the very sort of thickly social contexts that are absent elsewhere are here. And in that, you can see his closer connection to other directors in the Taiwan New Wave, especially someone like Edward Young, who's also a very acute observer of surfaces and architecture and reflections that are symptomatic of modern life. And with that, I'd like to welcome you to enjoy this 35mm print. And if you feel uncomfortable as you watch, just remember that's what you're supposed to feel.